Welcome back to live netball here at the Europe Netball Under-17 Challenge 2022. We are at the Tercentenary Sports Hall in Gibraltar, and what a competition we have had so far. There are 5 teams competing in this Under-17 Europe Netball competition. The teams are Gibraltar, the Isle of Man, Republic of Ireland, Switzerland and the UAE. And as you can see on your screen right now, we've already had 3 fantastic games so far. UAE, who are on court right now, have taken to court this morning playing Switzerland, a commanding win for them, 75 goals to 10. Gibraltar, again playing on this court right now, lost out to the Republic of Ireland in the second game, 23-45. And the game we just had on court before this, Isle of Man versus Switzerland, the Isle of Man winning that 59-23. So some really commanding scores already today, and it's be interesting to see how this one plays out. They're playing for the Europe Netball gold medal, but they are also playing to make their way to the championship section. Whoever wins this tournament will play in the championship against the likes of Wales, Northern Ireland and England in February in Northern Ireland. So it's all to play for. I am joined for this game for Gibraltar versus the UAE by the wonderful Lynn Carpenter. It's going to take me a minute to introduce Lynn Carpenter because she is an ex-international player. She was chair of Europe Netball for 13 years and is now the regional director for Europe on the World Netball Board. So only a little bit of netball experience then, Lynn?
Well, I don't really know quite what to say now with that introduction. I'm now going to completely not lived up to that expectation as we go through the match today. But thank you. It's great to be here back in Gibraltar, one of our favourite places for Europe Netball. And I think this is going to be a really exciting game this evening.
It's great to be back on comms with Lynn. For those of you who don't know, if you like my commentary, then it's all credit to Lynn for getting me involved in commentary in the first place all those years ago. If you don't like my commentary, then it's all Lynn's fault that I'm here. So whichever way you take it. And you've been watching all the games so far. So what's been your take on the competition so far?
So really competitive start to the competition, and it's worth remembering now at this level, under 17, and with the COVID pandemic for the last 2 years, many of these players are playing international netball for the very first time coming into this event. So it's new for them, it's pressurised out there, but as you said just now, there's a huge amount at stake, not only the opportunity to play in the championship next year, but of course in 3 years' time, the Netball World Youth Cup is here in Gibraltar. So many of the teams here and many of the players could be fighting for a place in 3 years' time. So for them, this could be the start of a really exciting journey.
And Gibraltar will automatically be able to play in that competition because it's held in this nation, is that correct?
That is, as host of either the Netball World Cup or the Youth Cup, the host automatically qualifies for an event. The rest of the 19 teams who will play will be made up of the top 5 in the world based on the seniors, and then the Netball World Youth qualifiers, which are to come in a couple of years' time as well. So a huge amount of netball for these young players to really look forward to.
And as you alluded to, this is the age group that will be eligible for that when that time comes, so super exciting.
It is, and we've seen some really fantastic play already today. Highly competitive. All the teams have done some really good quarters. A little bit of consistency perhaps with some of them, so I think when Gibraltar come out tonight, they'll be looking to build on their third quarter in the first game, which they won this morning. So they need a little bit more consistency, get a few more shots up in the goal, a few more opportunities, and really going to look to close UAE down in attack, who, as you said, had a really stormy first match.
And just drawing on, like putting you under the spotlight really, but drawing on some of your experience of this level netball in Europe, what kind of players have you seen that have come through from sort of youth through into the senior systems?
Oh my gosh, so many brilliant players in so many home nations and across Europe. But one that stands out particularly, who's just recently retired, is Stacey Francis Bayman, who I saw for the very first time in the Lisbon Sports Rackets Club as an under-17 player, and we saw her go out in the Commonwealth Games only last year. The likes of Caroline O'Hanlon for Northern Ireland, and so many more brilliant players come through. England now have Fumi Fadoujou playing, and she started again at an under-17 level in the championship. So a lot of the players who are here, who might now go up to play against them, you are literally playing against the future best in the world, which is really exciting.
Absolutely. I do believe Fumi Fudoji actually got player of the tournament as well, didn't she, in the competition that she played in, I think.
She did indeed. And if Fiona Mercer was listening to that, Fiona would obviously take all the credit as her coach at London Pulse, of course.
Well, you heard it here first. Some of these superstars that you see in this competition could well be gracing your screens in top international gameplay in just a few years' time. And they may be players, again, like we've just said, that we'll be seeing in the 2025 World Youth Cup. So make sure you stay tuned for this game. We're just going to bring you the starting lineups on handily. The cameraman is on Gibraltar. It's almost like he knew. For Gibraltar then, goalkeeper Lorena Davidson, goal defence Katie Bado, wing defence Sophia Perkis-Galan, centre Demi Zamit, wing attack Anna Hernandez, goal attack Nia Martinez, and goal shooter Georgia Truman-Davis. And now Claire Nunes, the coach, finished with this lineup in their earlier game. I mean, that's probably not a coincidence, is it?
I wouldn't have thought so at this stage. And Claire is a really competitive and experienced international player herself, played for Gibraltar for many years. Clearly that tactic of starting this game with the 7 that she finished means that they're going to walk on court with that little bit of expertise, a little bit of warming up before she actually gets out there.
And this is their second game, so I'll just point out Demi Zamit played centre for most of the game in the last most of the quarters in the last game that she played, and she played wing attack for one quarter, I think. So a big ask for her to come back on as centre for the second game.
Yeah, and we forget at this level that these players not only stepping onto the court, many of them for the first time, but in the under-17 challenge, we're asking most of the teams to play twice in one day, and we all know how that feels. It's an incredible privilege, but it's also a huge responsibility. And Demi Zamit comes from almost a legendary family of netballers here in Gibraltar. Her mum is Nadine, who is a well-known international umpire, whose twin is also involved. And I think the thing for me about Gibraltar is it's very much a whole family and community of netball that gets behind the team out here on the court.
Absolutely. That brings us to the starting 7 then for UAE. At goalkeeper, Isabel Affley. At goal defence, Caitlin Gowdy. At wing defence, Arushi Holt. At centre, Olivia Petricola. And talking about family, at wing attack, Eliza Petricola. At goal attack, Gemma Ely. And at goal shooter, Charlie Preston. So, another good lineup for UAE. All of these players took to court before. Most of them starting. Not really nothing unexpected there either.
No, I think the UAE put out a very strong starting 7. What we saw this morning is they've got options, and I wouldn't be surprised, depending on how the first quarter goes, that the coach Deborah Jones doesn't mix it up a little bit. She's going to want to come out here, and I think both teams are going to want to do well. At the moment it's looking like UAE may enter the contest slightly the favourites in this match, but I wouldn't rule anything out from Gibraltar, having seen them play over many years.
Absolutely. The umpires, just so you are aware, for this game is Olivia Johnson, Gillian Leslie, and the reserve umpire is Katrina Mills. And we talked as well very briefly about, these umpires are at the top of their game as well. To be umpiring at under 17 level for Europe Netball is a great achievement for them.
We can't play international sport without having the best umpires around to make that possible. And I always want to give credit to Team White, wish them well, to run well, and thank them for their commitment as volunteers to our sport as well. We couldn't do it without them.
Absolutely. So ball being delivered by Olivia Johnson as we speak, and it is Demi Zamit that's going to get us underway with this first centre pass. Early call there. Breaking call, I do believe.
One of those moments by the coach, isn't it, where you just want the players to stay calm, look after the ball, that first centre pass. So, like we said, players have got a lot to learn at this level.
A couple of early turnovers on both sides, both offside. Oh, great intercept. Holt doing a great job there at wing defence.
There's just a little bit of need to keep possession, keep hold of the ball.
Good arms over, struggling to find a way forward, Galan. Zamit opting to go lateral. Good backup here by Bado and Perkis-Galan. They do want to make sure that they can find a way forward. Oh, lovely.
Good front cut there by Truman Davis.
Yeah, and the crowd go absolutely nuts. We've got a good jib crowd in here tonight.
I think that's one of the certain things when you come to Gibraltar, the crowd always gets behind their team.
Charlie Preston. Yeah, no doubt there. Those coming over for Gibraltar at the moment, Martinez and Hernandez. Oh, nicely placed ball. It's no easy task to get it over Holt.
I think that second stage marking by UAE has been really effective in the first game as well. They've got a long reach and they're using their distance effectively.
Martinez. We'll get the penalty pass here.
I think sometimes I really like the shooters to look for that first option to put the ball up.
We're not the first co-commentator to say that. It's almost been a bit of a theme to just pass it out if not in range rather than try and draw the defence back.
Yeah, and sometimes that's absolutely the right thing to do, to help with the shooter position, to be within your comfort zone. But you put the goal attack, go shoot a bib on, then that comes with a huge amount of responsibility.
Ely to Preston.
Really good early pass in there.
And they've got a really good connection between the two of them. We've seen that before at senior level. Ely back to Petricola. Finds her sister Eliza Petricola. Schmidt just pinged for her distance. Such a nice hold.
Yeah, nice left-handed shooter there, Preston.
Again, both Hernandez and Martinez over the line. Yeah, struggling for forward because everyone came up.
There's a little bit of needing to either penetrate deep into the pockets or come forward a little bit more in terms of drive. There's quite a lot of cross-court movement at the moment by Gibraltar. They've just got to get a little bit more penetration down the court.
Oh, unlucky there. It was a great take by Gowdy, but just a little bit too much forward momentum. Hernandez. Truman Davis on the shot. Oh, stunning.
Another family of netballers. Her older sister, May Truman Davis, is over in the UK playing. Her dad, Mark Davis, is a complete netball dad and a complete mad fan as well.
As you would be with both daughters playing netball.
I'm not sure who's more mad about netball, the girls or Mark, actually.
I think Mark.
Definitely.
Good shot by Preston again. Better depth by Hernandez, but
shame on that. It was really good movement. Choice to the top of the circle.
Petricola opts to go back to Affley.
Gibraltar are doing a really good job on this, putting pressure on UAE. The match isn't flowing their way as much as it was in the first one, so credit to Gibraltar. They've done their homework.
And it's so key, isn't it, to not allow them to get into their flow, UAE, because when they're in their flow, they're just unbeatable almost. A bit of luck there for Gibraltar to come out with that ball. Holt just having a quiet word from the umpire. He's going to get a distance. Hernandez finds Truman Davis.
Yeah, that's good intervention by the umpire, just encouraging players to stick within the rules at this stage.
Martinez, lovely shot. Well, staying in touching distance, Jib.
It's a great start. I think I can hear Deb Jones over on the UAE bench encouraging her team. That's a great shot by Preston.
You know, I'm surprised you can hear her. She's not that loud.
Being quiet is not something that DJ normally gets accused of being.
Damn it. Ooh, it had a lot of airtime, that. I thought Ely was going to get to it.
Yeah, I'm really impressed Gibraltar just keep staying calm. They're using the front ball a lot more. They obviously know UAE have got a huge reach in the defensive lineup there. Oh, unlucky.
Yeah, that was great hands in by Petricola and picked up by Athlete.
Just got to get a little bit more movement, I think, now in attack. Gibraltar be a little bit more confident.
Opting to go back Holt. Olivia Petricola to Eliza Petricola. Oh, and that offload. Davidson caught with her eyes on the floor. It's always going to
Ely's
go
got
in.
fantastic vision in there in terms of finding Preston. He's not afraid to put up an early ball in, which I think some of the other teams have struggled with a little bit in attack.
Oh, great challenge there from Bado. And that's the problem when you've got a playmaker as a goal attack, isn't it? The goal defence really has to commit on Ely. She can't drop back and help out with Preston.
It's a really quiet and effective goal attack. Ely out there.
Hernandez finds Zamet. Lovely drive by Zamet to the circle edge. Oh, unlucky for Truman Davis. Athley and Gowdy moving the ball through the court well. It just links beautifully with the attack. And there's that connection. Oh my goodness.
There's a real kind of instinct between the two of them in terms of where Preston's going to be positioned, how well she takes the ball, which side she prefers to take it on.
She's really clear in her hold as well, isn't she? Like
Yes.
when Athley looks in, when Ely looks in, she's arm up, she's showing it, the feeders exactly where she wants the ball.
And I really like that. She looked, it wasn't on, she looked out, and there was an opportunity for the wing attack to pop it over to Preston. So really good use of triangles in there.
Hernandez, Zamet finding the circle edge again. Big shot for Martinez. Good pop. Martinez on the rebound.
Oh, we saw that a bit in the first match where there was a really front obvious, easier pass and it goes over the top and makes it much more difficult.
Time being held, bib has just come off, so we're just going to pop that back on. The other thing is that it's like a lateral ball that's not actually swinging the circle, is it? It's like just at that awkward bit at the top of the circle. It's just a horrible angle.
It'd be great if we could just stop there and say, excuse me, why did you do that? Why couldn't you just...
Or just reset, you know, if you're not happy, reset, go again.
Yeah, exactly. There she is. She's got the hold, yeah. That was really well read in there and well weighted by Petricola.
Just really hard to intercept that ball. Almost have to stop it getting to that position in the first place. Yeah, good pressure by the UAE. They're just forcing everybody up a little bit, aren't they?
Yeah, you can see from the score they're just closing out each of their possessions and attacks a little bit more effectively than Gibraltar at this stage.
And that absolutely is the key, isn't it? We've seen a couple of games here where possession's been reasonable for both sides, but actually one team can finish it. And that's why the scoreline ends up as it does. Simple, really.
Netball's a simple game. I remember many years ago Y Tamuna saying that to us. Netball's a simple game, you guys just make it too complicated. unfortunate late takeoff there by Zamet.
It was much easier to get the ball through, though, than for Gibraltar.
Just need to close it down a little bit earlier now, put pressure on. UAE, you've got quite a few options in there.
Oh. Stop it. That's amazing. Off balance.
We've seen one of those from Australia recently, haven't we, with Janelle when she played England. Remember when she came on just recently?
Yeah, I think
Charlie Preston-Office saw that game as well.
I think she'll take that. It's a great comparison. Gibraltar centre. The crowd has quietened a little bit. And that is down
unlucky.
to Italy.
I mean, for many of these players, this will be the first time they've played 2 international games, never mind one, in one day. And there's all of that get up, court time, match time, recovery time, then go again.
Yeah.
When you look at the standard of play that these players are still putting on as under 17s, it is really impressive.
Clever by Ely and Petricola. I'd like to see some of these defenders going hunting a bit more, especially when they're moving the ball fast through the court instead of being really drawn to that one-on-one. And that's brought about a lot by pressure, isn't it, being drawn to the one-on-one? But keep your head up and see if there's something that you can run on.
Yeah, I'd like to see the keeper just come off, Davison come off, pressing a little bit, give herself some options in there, make it a little bit less clear to the feeders where her space is. Much better.
Oh, like that?
Yeah. She read that beautifully, Huffley.
Oh, it was offside.
That's what you like to see in a defender, that hunting instinct. Go after the ball.
Yeah, covering one thing, running on the next, and getting the rebound. Good job, Athley. But if you could stay on 2 feet, I'm sure you should like that too. Lovely through court between her and Gowdy.
It's better by Davison there. She just gave her a little bit more to think about. I think Gibraltar will be disappointed that the scores crept out quite so high so quickly.
Ely finds Petricola. Eliza Petricola, oh, well weighted.
That's such a beautiful touch in there, seeing what was happening in front of her, pausing and then giving the ball.
Martinez opting to go back. Just all together.
Oh, unlucky there, footwork.
The square defence of UAE, though, keeping them all in that little box was lovely.
Which is why you really want somebody to punch the corner or pull out, change the pace. It's all a bit kind of one pace at the moment, one speed pace for Gibraltar.
Lovely shot by Preston. I think she made that feed look a little bit better than it was. Had to step across a little bit, but you know what? We'll make her do some work. That's fine. Eliza finds Ely. And again, the smarts of Ely. She plays the front to open the back for Preston.
I'd like to see Davidson come around the front, put a bit more pressure on the front of the ball rather than perhaps try and prevent the overhead.
5 seconds left. I'm not sure Gibber aware. Truman Davis. Oh, she had to put that up. Unlucky there. That's a massive quarter for UAE. 21 goals to 3. It started so much closer, so most of that damage was done after the first 4 or 5 minutes.
Well, it was actually 4-3 to UAE. So from that point of time, UAE have scored 17 goals with no response by Gibraltar, and I think you can see they're getting the ball on the centre pass. They're making good progress down to the circle edge, but they're missing a bit of pace, a bit of change of direction, and they're really struggling to get actually shooting opportunities. I'm sure if we looked at how many shots a go they've had, the Gibraltarians, it's not very many at this stage, and quite frequently they get the ball in and they're opting to pass out rather than have a shot.
Absolutely. We will bring you some first quarter highlights, but don't go anywhere because we will be back to discuss more of that first quarter and see what's going to happen in the second. So welcome back to what is soon to be the second quarter for this game here, Gibraltar versus UAE. As you can see on your screens right now, it is 3 to Gibraltar, 21 to UAE. There have been some changes that we are aware of. UAE, Fuller has come on at wing attack and Farrell Morton has come on to wing defence. We were just chatting it off screen. We can see that Alex Dilipiani has come on to goalkeeper for Gibraltar and Lorena Davidson has come on to goal defence. I think looking at the screen that we can see now, Bado has gone to wing defence and we're just waiting for and Sophia Perkis-Galan, who was at wing defence, has gone to wing attack. Are you surprised by those changes at all?
Yes and no. Now you can see they needed to do something different in defence because the ball was just going in too easy, and the interplay and confidence between Ely and Preston, they need to do something to change that. But where they were really struggling was in attack. So I'm surprised that they haven't tried to inject a little bit more pace into attack, perhaps change some of the shooters, bring something a little bit different on. So, yeah, possibly a little bit surprised.
Yeah, I mean, Alex Dilipiani we saw play at goal shooter and goalkeeper in the last game, so that's something that they could look at as an option, isn't it? And we've also got Lucia Oliveira, who's played in as well in that goal attack position, so maybe a change that might come. You get the ball 50% of the time, right? So if you can take them to goal. And the connection between Ely and Preston is still there.
Yeah, Delapani's got a lot more presence in the circle. She's taller. She's got a little bit more ability to be in the circle. Just wonder about her ability to have some of that speed reaction against Preston.
A good front by Ely.
Yeah, but great position there. Much better on the rebound by Gibraltar.
Bado at wing defence finds Davidson. Yeah, footwork, just couldn't quite land that. Oh, a lovely ball by Fuller. And the problem with this double on Preston is that Ely is going to shoot them all day long.
Yeah, so put a bit of pressure on if you want to start, but you've got to be so quick off the mark that as soon as Ely gets anywhere near the circle, you've got to pull off and you've got to try and put a bit of pressure on there. And the wing D centre have got much more pressure hands over to stop these easy balls coming in.
Easy as that. Just so you know. Is that it? Martinez opting to go back to Davidson. Zamet again. Martinez opts to go out. Freeman Davis comes round, but then Martinez is coming right into a space.
Maybe something a little bit about confidence, about letting the ball go, give it to the shooters, let the shooters decide whether they're going to shoot it or not.
I love that chase down by Zamet. Sixth quarter of netball.
I was just thinking exactly the same. I'm thinking I wouldn't be running like that.
Looks fresh as a daisy. Oh, lucky by Petricola. Read well. Davidson. Oh, Bado.
I think we're beginning to see some signs of tired legs, tired arms, a bit of lacking in coordination out there.
And it's tough, isn't it? Because I don't know how you get through that.
I think the only way you deal with it is you play it and you learn how it feels, and then you know what you need to do to recover. You know, for the coaches, this is a great learning opportunity, because how many times do they get a coach internationally where they've got more than one game in a day, and you've got to think about all that gameplay on and off the court, the tiredness of the players, how they're responding, how they're reacting.
Athlete finding Farrell Morton. Ely on the ball again. And here is that feed to the front. Contact against Lipiani. I would imagine we'll see UAE run their bench in terms of their attack as well, because again they have a tough game tomorrow against the Isle of Man.
Isle of Man were impressive in the first game out today. It's going to be really interesting to see that game play out tomorrow at 12 o'clock.
It really, really is. Nice by Martinez. Just can't quite find Perkis Galan. Zamet seems to be doing a lot of work out there. And the difference in the shooting is, you know, that you almost want one of them to go really hard on that, fake it, draw the defender, and then pop it in. A lot of balls under pressure, or the first time ball as well. Freeman Davis will get another opportunity. Perkis Galan, lovely feed. Oh. Almost willing it to drop for her. Great stretch by Athlete. Good cheer from the crowd. It's been a long time coming, but that takes Gib to 4.
Gibraltar have really got to get in there and stop that run down the court.
Really interesting, cheeky little interchange there between Preston and Ely. Ely stayed in, Preston came out. Oh, contact against Perkis Galan there. Good work by Farrell Morton. Oh, cheeky.
Yeah, there's a case and occasion again where the eyes of the defenders go down. They're looking at the body rather than looking where the ball is. And unfortunately, with the quality of players they've got out there, it's going to be expensive.
Oh, footwork call.
I just want to see Gibraltar now come forward, drive forward for the ball, keep it safe. Need a little bit of change of pace in there.
Good change by Zamet. It's almost a slightly zonal defence from UAE. Ooh, she was hunting Athlete.
There she is. Yeah, well spotted.
Lovely patience by Perkis Galan and a great shot to finish by Martinez.
That'll give them a little bit of confidence on the UAE sense pass there.
Davidson finds Perkis Galan. Great cover out the front by Farrell Morton. Yeah, contact there by Zamit. She was sitting back into her. She looks a bit confused, but I'm sure when she watches that back, she'll see why. Ely, again, just being given that rein to be a playmaker. Petricola. This is her 5th quarter of netball, Petricola, so also putting a great stint in.
Yeah, that's great. 2 options there in the circle with the split from the shooters.
Good by Davidson. Perkis Galan.
Great ball. They've just got to get in there, keep confident, nice.
Oh, Gowdy, what a stretch. Oh, and to keep that in. Really.
Great running by Zamet there.
Oh, lovely pop again. But this time, just the opposite way around. Preston to Ely. UAE really giving people a masterclass this tournament so far.
Yeah, and what I like about it is it's not showy in any way. It's really controlled. It's really safe passing, but it's quick. It's effective. They're seeing the space. They're putting it the right side of the defenders.
Contact there against Farrell Morton. Let's see what Gibraltar can do with this one.
It's just that hesitation on the front ball and the front pass. And if they gave it first time, it means the defender's got to step back and they'll have that little much better between Truman Davis and Martinez if she can get it in.
Great shot. Yeah, you almost want either the first second ball, like to give it straight away, or the third second ball when it's opened up, rather than that 2 second, oh, I'm not sure if I should give it, oh, I'll give it and see what happens. Oh, Davidson.
Great hands there.
Good shot by Preston.
You can tell their legs are a little bit heavy because that recovery off the interception to get back was probably faster than we would have done that.
I don't know. That was a masterclass in defence as well, shutting down one thing, shutting down the next thing. And UAE with a turnover. And Ely again.
Davison was there, much better anticipation. She deserved that. She worked hard for that
ball.
ball.
Shadow. Davidson. Summit. Ooh, that only just got there. Oh, Gowdy. Oh, footwork. I was going to say, surely not contact. Oh, too short for Truman Davis. And scoreboard pressure's a lot, isn't it, when you're shooting?
It is. And if you're not getting many opportunities in a quarter, it does rack the pressure up a bit.
Ely sinks another one. Almost taking on the majority of the shooting here because she's just running the front and getting the ball all the time.
And credit to Gibraltar defence taking Preston out of the game a bit with that double, but they've got to be that little bit quicker the minute that Ely enters the circle, especially if she's coming and cutting the front all the time.
Nice. I think if you're a youngster developing, watching this, you really want to see some of these feeds, put them on slow-mo from the centre of the wing attack, and when they give the first time ball into Preston and Ely, and when they wait for the defender to commit and then pop it over or bounce it under, because it really is tactically beautiful play. Truman Davis.
That was much better by Gibraltar. Those feeds when they get them to the edge, front ball into the shooter, better positioning.
And as you said, there are moments of magic, aren't there? Just consistency required. Oh, unlucky there, because that was great pressure by the defence.
Delapani was almost there.
Preston. Yeah. Submit. Nothing on for Perkis Galan. He had to wing it, in fairness, but Davidson keeps it in. It goes to Bado. Oh, footwork.
Back again.
I love that face from Farrell Morton. She was just like, I'm not running after that. Thanks, Affley.
I think if you were to take something away from this game for these young players, it's about eliminating some of those basic errors in here.
Caution given that to Bado, I think. Nice hold. And the Charlie Preston shot as well is consistent in terms of her technique. It's the same technique all the time. Oh, it's a miss.
Oh, that was great intercept. Good chasing down.
Petricola. Oh, lovely ball in from Fuller.
And if you watch Delapani there, she was actually marking as if you were marking a right-handed shooter. And of course, Preston's left-handed, so she was marking almost the wrong side of the body. And just that little bit of awareness about the player you're playing against. She could have got a hand over that, shot a little bit more.
Good of Zamet to get that one off because they were all non-ball side. Ah, replayed.
There's some tired bodies out there now.
Ely. Ely is not tired.
Ely's a machine.
It's the Ely show. It is in that attack. She's just absolutely running it. And like you said, it's not particularly like flashy. There's no flicks, no
drama.
No, just doing a job. Davidson, yeah, delayed takeoff. And that is a sign of tiredness a lot of the time, isn't it? Either a bad pass or tiredness.
I think Gibraltar have just got to get kind of one pace quicker into the game because they're chasing the ball a little bit rather than being up there trying to put the pressure on the pass.
Nice pass. Oh, well read, Davidson. Cheeky little bounce pass to Preston. And they have equalled their first quarter score, UAE. Zamet did well to get that off. 10 seconds left. Oh, the time's running out though.
And shine and shoot.
Oh, footwork.
Oh.
1 second left. So pretty much the same story in the second quarter. 4 goals this time to Gibraltar, leaving them on 7. Another 21 goals for the UAE, taking them to 42. I mean, what can Gibraltar do to stop this run?
Well, I think there will be something around changing the players, maybe bringing on some fresh legs out there. If the coaches have been thinking about tactics, I think they've got to talk to about getting in front of the play a little bit, better timing. UAE have just got such a clear, unpressurised run down into attack. And I think it's just trying to get a hand over the ball and stop some of those early balls in. And I think down the shooting end, when they're letting the ball go, and as you say, choosing whether it's 1 second or 3 seconds, just waiting for the defence to move. The court does open up, there are opportunities in there, but then it's eliminating some of those unforced errors now. I think we've seen in that quarter probably at least a dozen unforced errors, and as we know, for every goal you don't score, the opposition scores one, and there's 24 goals in theory just in that one quarter. And you look at the score now, 42-7. It feels like it's closer than it is. but clearly the UAE are playing really well, very focused, very clear about what their goals are. They've adjusted well to the different defence in there, and to be fair to Delapani and Davidson, they've put a bit more pressure on, but I think the score speaks volumes.
Absolutely. Well, we will leave you for only a few minutes for some half-time replays, and then we will be back with all the changes and all the action moving forward into the second half. Welcome back to what is soon to be a fantastic third quarter. We are sure here for Gibraltar versus UAE. It's currently 7:42, but lots to unpick in this game. Some early changes coming in from the UAE. Jansen's coming on at goal shooter, and Afley is moving to goal defence, and Morale is moving on to goalkeeper. Don't forget, you can also keep in touch with us. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, do drop us a message. Sophie Sifra has said, "Go Charlie Preston," and Hussein has said, "Come on UAE." So do give us a shout out. We would love to hear from you and know your thoughts. For Gibraltar, wholesale changes coming in for them. Katie Baddow is going to goal defence. Davidson is going to goalkeeper. So that's what they started with.
Yeah.
Alex Dilipiani is going to goal shooter. So we talked about that potentially happening before. Eva Herrada is coming on to wing defence. Lucia Oliveira is going to goal attack. Sophia Perkis-Galan, who was at wing attack, is going to centre, and Demi Zamit is going to wing attack. So Demi gets like a little bit maybe less work to do, but she doesn't get a rest. What do you think about those changes?
Well, I don't think I'm surprised at them, Nat, but in some ways Gibraltar's just gone back to that same combination in the first quarter, and we saw 21 goals on the score sheet for UAE there, so I'm not quite sure that's going to give them what they need. But what I'd like to see them doing is what we were talking about during the break, which is to take a few more risks, to take a few more flies out there, to get back, put pressure on, try something a little bit different. You know, you've now got a new shooting combination coming on for the UAE, so interesting to see how they settle in. You know, it looks very much like the UAE are pretty well drilled. The substitutes we've seen so far have come on and, you know, been firing right from the start. So I think the changes we're seeing you probably would expect to see, but you just want to see Gib. You know they've got it in there. You know there's moments of brilliance. They just need to find their pace a little bit and try and land some early conversions from their centre pass, just to give them that little bit more confidence.
Absolutely. And, having De Lipiani and Oliveira in a goal attack, goal shooter, that's obviously a new combination for them. We did see it in the last game, but it's new for this one. So maybe just, wanting to change up the dynamic a bit more. We shall see what happens. A couple more shout outs on YouTube. You obviously heard me and went, oh, I'm going to message in. I love that. Message more. Bethan Pereira, go Mia Martinez. We love you, Team Gibraltar. Madison, go Christiana. And Shafali Verma, I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Come on, Arushi. So supporters for both teams, it's fantastic that you are watching from home. We love to have you message us because we just love to get you joined into the chat. If you have any feedback that you want to give us that we can talk about, that'd be great as well. What's your point of view? What do you think should happen? Join in the chat.
And of course, being able to bring the live streaming to our netball family, not only here in Europe but worldwide, is a huge opportunity. And our thanks go to Gibraltar Government and the Sports Council and of course Gibraltar Netball Association for making all of this happen in a way which enables us to bring these fantastic young players of the future into your homes on a Friday night. Because of course, what else would we want to be doing on a Friday night apart from being at netball?
Yeah, netball, obviously. And for the rest of the weekend, just in case you were thinking of going anywhere, we've got more fantastic games tomorrow from 10 o'clock here in Gibraltar. And more on Sunday too. So your whole weekend sorted. You're welcome. We have Petricola, who doesn't get a rest, taking that centre pass. And Ely continuing as she finished the last quarter, being that playmaker. Jansen. It's almost like for like putting Jansen in for Charlie Preston.
Yeah, she did a good job in the first game this morning as well when she came on. And I think there's always players who start well, players who come on well, and players who can't, do one or the other. And I think what the coach for UAE seems to be doing is trying different combinations in terms of who starts, who comes on, and that really gives her an understanding of the opportunities and the options she has as a coach.
Ely, great entry. Ooh, rolls around.
Yeah, that might just be about the first one she's missed.
Yeah, we'll let her off. I love the fact she sort of shook her head then as if to say, oh, that's not supposed to happen.
Well, shooters nowadays, particularly in the national squads, if they don't shoot 90% above, they don't feel like they've brought their best game.
Good pressure at the back by Davidson. Just needs to find the open side to come round, if possible. I've jinxed them both. Don't need to give her any third or second chances. Got to stay in the game here, Gibraltar. Perkis Galan finds the mitt. Oh, yeah, wing and a prayer. There wasn't anyone in front for her.
They just need a little more backing up. The wing D and goal defence coming through.
Ooh, just a slip from Ely and
unfortunate.
Yeah, Fuller had already sent it. Arada finds Perkis Galan. Oh yeah, footwork. Bit of a drag there by Bado. Jansen. Lovely shot straight through the net. Joel Moreno has messaged in. I knew you'd be watching, Joel. It's good to hear from you. She finally sat down to watch you play. Some tic-a-taca plays needed, apparently in brackets, short and sharp. I'm glad you explained that because I would have no clue. Wish I was on the bench with them.
I think you never not want to be on the bench at some point, Joel, as either a player or a coach or in some other format.
Oh, strong challenge there. by Farrell Morton.
Zamet just gets up.
Yeah, push her shoulder and back in the game.
Here we go.
8:15 for her. Did I tell you it's 8:15?
I think it's 7:15 actually, because they've only played 7 quarters.
Yes, it's 7:15.
You're wishing the game away, Nat.
I just can't count, that's all.
Well done, Gibraltar.
I bet she feels like it's 8:15. Turkish Galan has now played every mid-court area on the court this game.
Oh, what a great amount of flexibility and options she gives the team.
I think she's really good in attack. I think I prefer her in attack. Oh, her face.
I think that said it all, didn't it? She's been great as captain for the UAE.
Harada. Oh, just going offside, Bado there. Again, it's just those options, isn't it? Bado really needed to drop back and come off that line rather than offering a ball behind 2 defenders. Athlete. Really on the ball, looking in. Oh, big swing.
You could see her going to look for the space, but you just, from the minute that got wound up, you thought, I'm not sure she's going to get that.
It was an absolute bullet.
It was.
Oh, Davidson seems to have a goal shooter bib on as well as a goalkeeper bib. That's not mine.
Yeah, they're just struggling to get that 3 options in the channels down the court. They're all being drawn a bit too far away. Oh, unlucky.
It's also that going and changing direction rather than going and sort of then stopping. Lovely shot by Jansen.
I really would like to see 2 options on every ball, short and a longer one, punching down into the pocket, coming forward, driving. A bit more spread across the 3 channels.
It was a good front position by Jansen, just getting Bado on her back. And again, that width and depth that Ely creates by running around the top of the circle. Oh, great decision.
Great, yeah. Faint one way, pass over the top. Great option.
Fuller making it look easy. Ely. Yeah. Turkish Galan. Arada. Zamet. Better space for Turkish Galan. Couldn't quite get to that. Oliveira. And they've changed the attacking unit, but we can't quite get it to the circle.
I think that's the challenge, isn't it? It's breaking down in either the centre third or just in the top of the goal third every time. Whereas the penetration and the depth that the UAE are getting off their attack is much more effective.
Another chance, however, here for Gibraltar. Arada takes the pass. Bado. Turkish Galan. Nice move by Zamet. Again, nothing coming, punching forwards.
Just wasn't quite the right pace ball, but it was a better intent.
Beautiful shot by Johnson.
Such a nice roll and understanding between the 2 players.
Fuller. Again, she's come on really well, Fuller, and that connection is there for her as well.
Yeah, and they really timed that kind of triangular move to allow where Jensen was holding the space for the ball to come in.
So we see Perkis Galan gets the rest, and Ana Hernandez comes on to the centre position. Woo! She did well to react to that, came off the post.
That was a really good reaction. You know, when there's a gap of this nature, 55-8, it can sometimes be harder for the team who are ahead in terms of the UAE. But they're staying focused, which is really quite impressive at this stage, and they still seem to have a gameplay. They're sticking to structures.
Oh, great interception by Fuller again. And we saw that from Skillicorn for the Isle of Man, a wing attack that intercepts the ball and puts pressure on, and Fuller doing exactly the same for UAE.
She was really impressive for Isle of Man, wasn't she?
Yeah, one to watch, I think.
Yeah.
One the coaches will have an eye on. Herrada, long ball to Davidson. Hernandez.
Nice movement and come back. Still, each ball there's still only one option, isn't there? And they're struggling a little bit.
And that's the difference, isn't it? That width by Fuller.
Yeah.
You know, I know we say being a ball side option, but actually she was in enough space for that ball just to be lifted over to the top because no one was going to get there. Real good game smarts by her. Bado. Good Bisonette to come forwards for that. Hernandez finds Oliveira. Just keep them off circle edge here, UAE. Summit before was finding circle edge a bit easier, but struggling this time. Nice.
Much better attack. Oh, that's unfortunate. Great rebound though, Delapani.
Take a breath.
Oh, they'll be disappointed. You've got to lift yourself.
Oh, footwork.
Quite a lot of those, isn't there?
A lot of them are delayed takeoff though as well if you're watching their feet. Good strong challenge by Olivia Petricola. Time held just because the ball's gone off, so Hernandez. Woo!
That was that hunting we were talking about before that we'd like to see Gibraltar do a little bit more of.
Yeah, shutting down one thing and then just flying on the pass. Oh no. Offside call against Hernandez. Morale says, that's fine, I'll take that. Thank you. Make a difference in the passing when there's like literally only an inch of space and they'll still give it.
Yeah, I really like Petricola's control on the ball. She feints one way, passes the other. You always get a sense that she's in kind of charge of what she's doing and she's dominating on the court.
Lovely shot again by Jansen. Just under 3 minutes left. Ooh, Ely can't quite pull that one in. Summit will take the throw in. Lovely by Oliveira. Oh yeah, that's that horrible angle again, going over two defenders. Ely slots it home.
You'd hope that the players would get an opportunity to watch some of these back. It's been a long day for them. They'll all be tired. But I think just watching and talking through some of this when they get a chance this evening will possibly give them a little bit of an opportunity to reflect on it, to see that actually, they're not far off from what they're trying to do. It's just that little bit of finesse, if you like, that last pass, that last movement to create the space. And again, away from the ball, allow the defender to come through.
And but I really wanted Bado to go on that one. She was there. She was near there.
She was there. She was, yeah. You're never going to get them all when you go for them, but if you go for some, it just puts doubt into the attacker's minds, doesn't it? Is she going to fly or not?
Oh, great decision by Fuller.
I think some of these players are 15, 16, 17 years of age. Their maturity and their decision-making on the court is really positive.
Oh, it's insanely good, isn't it? Great pickup by Bado.
That's what I want to see them do more of, that fight that we know Gibraltarians have. Positivity and forward. Good.
Oliveira to Zamet. Yeah.
Just unlucky, but great defence.
Yeah, well read by Morale.
Yeah.
Oliveira. The pass inside the circle.
Yeah, offside called.
Oh.
Well, she took the shot. She was aware of the time. Credit to her for doing that.
Absolutely. So end of the third quarter. Gibraltar only managing to get one goal that quarter. And the UAE pushing out 22 goals that quarter. So they weren't happy with their 21 goals. They thought, no, you know what? Let's go for 22.
Yeah, so credit to UAE, really consistent play in all three quarters. They're getting the opportunities, they're keeping the quality of the shooting movement, they're converting really well. I think all the shooters have been on for UAE are shooting around, must be 90% or above, which is really good. Gibraltar clearly struggling to get the opportunities in goal. I don't think they've got anything to lose in this match now. Claire Nunez doesn't think about changing it, rotating it a little bit more, maybe trying something different out there. She's got different combinations. Maybe now's the time to throw them on the court and see what they've got. Gibraltar have got until 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon before they come out against Switzerland. So, it'll be interesting to see whether they try to finish this game like they did earlier and start again. It feels like at this stage they might just feel they're running out of options, but actually they've still got 15 minutes. Set yourself some new goals, reset, 0-0, see what you can do.
Absolutely. So we will bring you some highlights of that third quarter. Don't go anywhere. We will be back very soon with the last quarter and the all-important action. So welcome back to live netball here at the Centenary Sports Hall in Gibraltar. It's currently 8 goals to Gibraltar, 64 goals to UAE. A couple of changes to bring you for the UAE. Farrell Morton has come on to centre. Holt goes on to wing defence. Morale goes to goal defence. Charlie Preston coming back on, but in the goal attack position, and Smize coming on as goalkeeper for Gibraltar. Siri McGlashan comes on at goalkeeper, so that's her first entry to the game. Her first entry to this game. Sophia Perkis-Galan didn't get much of a rest. She's back on at wing attack, and Georgia Truman-Davis back on at goal attack. So let's see what we get from both teams then in this final quarter. Gibraltar really with nothing to lose now.
Yeah, great start to this quarter by Gibraltar. Great interception there.
Yeah, McGlashan showing in her first game that she can run through things. Hernandez, just can't quite connect with Harada.
Oh, great pressure again by McGlashan. That's what you want to see, a player that makes an impact. She's come on 2 interceptions within the first 2 minutes of the game.
Yeah, much better pressure here from, and that, you know, maybe some of that pressure is from the fact that McGlashan has come on the fly a couple of times. You know, you talked about the doubt, putting the doubt in the mind. Oh, footwork.
I think there's something just for McGlashan to work on in terms of her ball handling in there.
Oh, well held. Good rebound by Preston. Oh, Harada breaking. Just,
I really don't want to see that as a coach.
Contact against Hernandez.
Gibraltar's just got to do what they did in those first couple of minutes, lift their heads a bit.
Johnson will get another shot. Lovely. And Preston, even at that distance, when she knows Johnson's probably going to score, still screening for the rebound just in case.
Yeah, it's so important.
Perkis-Galan finds Harada.
Yeah, you're doing such a good job at closing down those options out there. It makes it really difficult. Gibraltar's just got to come forward a bit rather than trying to look long and look wide.
But it's the starting position as well, isn't it? They start pretty much in line where they want to receive it, which is why you end up with those lateral runs. Again, all really easy from the position here. I mean, I can do it all day from there. Second game on the court, I'd be on the bench. Lovely position and great feed.
Strong in that front hold. It makes it look really easy. But there's a lot of skill in getting that front position, holding it, timing your move.
And seeing what side of the court the ball's coming down. Yeah, delayed takeoff there for Truman-Davis.
I'll really be interested in what goals Gibraltar have set themselves for this quarter, just to see what's out there. I'm not quite clear just from watching.
I'm not sure if I said this change before, but it's not Ashley at goal defence, it's Morale. So apologies if I didn't say that. I definitely didn't write it down. Good swing by Preston.
Right idea by McGlashan there. She almost got the second. She got a really good tight turn on the first movement. Just needed to move her feet just a little bit quicker, but really good pressure.
Well reached by Hernandez. Ruben Davis.
That's a nice early ball.
Yeah, moving off there by Smize. Filipiani.
Out, yeah.
It was a great pass. Good shot by Truman Davis.
Lovely ball, yeah. I wonder if they see it.
Great timing of entry, wasn't it, by Preston, proving that she can play both goal shooter and goal attack. Hernandez.
Calling her side, really trying to lift the team.
Oh. There's that defending wing attack again, Fuller. Truman Davis.
Great idea, really nice feed by Truman Davis. Doesn't quite get the right angle there on it. But absolutely the right thing to do.
On the other side, great defence and such a speedy transition through the court. Pado. Glashan will take it. Oh.
I think the umpire did see it.
But it was onside her.
Nice little movement of the trainer there. We've all been there, Nat.
Oh, footwork call.
Yeah, and again, did you see that decision making? She decided not to give it to the first movement, but Preston coming in under the post. Nice rebounding by McGlashan.
And again, just static in front. They're all already there. You need to get ahead of the play to then be able to punch down. Nice give and go by Hernandez.
There's no preliminary move, is there? It's just static wait and then go. And UAE are too good at marking those movements. And they just hands in the space and in the channels. Oh, you could see that coming. That was really well read. Great timing by Preston.
I mean, it just makes me smile because it's so nice.
But I know none of us underestimate the amount of training and commitment that goes in from these players to be able to do that, to make it look so easy.
And to make me smile. Oh, footwork by Truman Davis.
Go on, Georgia.
Good pressure.
Gibraltar have got a really young side here, and I think one of their challenges as they move towards the Netball World Youth Cup is that many players who come through the under-17s actually then leave Gibraltar to go away for secondary education. So they struggle here in Gibraltar to get an under-21 side and to be playing regularly, not because they don't have great players, it's because a lot of them aren't here to be playing regularly. So I'm sure it's something that Gibraltar will be giving some thought to about how they manage that over the next 3 years towards the Youth Cup.
Well picked up by Truman Davis. Just a miscommunication there. It was supposed to go to Herrada, but she can't go in that third. Holt, good decision.
By McGlashan, good pressure on. Well done defence. Good pressure by Bado as well. One option, good change of direction. Oh.
Just the pass accuracy a bit off. It was a nice change of direction by McGlashan. Preston. And a good screen by Jansen at the back, actually, to stop McGlashan going on the fly. Lovely job. Oh, that's a bullet.
That was nice. Nice movement.
And Jansen again. 80 up on the scoreboard now for UAE.
There we go. I think our screen on the video link here, it was just one out at the time.
It's too many to count.
Yeah.
They're just ticking them off now, aren't they? And like you say, the focus to be able to keep going, and with accuracy is actually a lot harder than it seems.
Good hands by Truman Davis there. Good chase though.
And to chase that down when you score lines like this.
5 minutes left in this quarter, but this is the second game of the day, and they're still putting out this quality, the commitment, the concentration, all the things that we expect in an hours game. These guys have done it over two.
Farrell Morton finds Fuller. And the connection between Jansen and Preston is exactly the same as the connection between Ely and Preston. Hernandez. No contact against Truman Davis there, attacking contact. Smize finds Morale. Oh, it shouldn't have got there, but it did. I mean, if we want to be picky, it wasn't the best ball to send.
I think it's 85 goals. They can be forgiven for maybe not quite getting the placement on one right.
I bet that's not what Deb Jones says. Hernandez. Another chance for Gibraltar. Perkis Galan looking in.
There's just that little bit of misunderstanding there between the two Gibraltarian players there.
Smize. Yeah, good defence by Perkis Galan.
Yep. Now forcing it down that side there. You wanted to make a move preliminary and pull it back the other way.
And I just heard Deb Jones shout, "Get off the sideline."
Well, there we go. You see, Deb Jones does know one or two things, doesn't she?
Nearly there for Siri McGlashan though. She read it just a little bit too late. But as you said before, good to see her hunting, exciting to see her thinking of going.
There you go. Oh, there was just a misunderstanding between the two defenders there. But actually trying to pull off, put pressure on. There you go, that was good defence.
UAE goal line throw in. A couple more shout outs just as we get into the end of this. Rosie Sting says, "Go Molly Fuller."
Great to see the travelling fans for all the teams. Obviously, Gibraltar always have a great home crowd, which is brilliant. But all the teams have had, family and netball community travelling. Well done, Gibraltar. Well done, Truman Davis.
Yeah, good shout from the crowd.
Yeah, deserved.
Karen Senior is watching from Australia.
Woohoo!
Hi, Karen. Mental VYBZ, go Siri. And Parisa Palmer, go Tessa, go UAE. Oh, great feed. Lovely
Rebound.
shot.
Yeah.
1 minute left. Perkis Galan finds Hernandez. Yeah, nice ball. Just dragged that landing foot. Liam Affley, very impressed with the quality of the UAE team. Now that's a surname I recognise. Liam Affley. Great shot.
Inside knowledge, I reckon. But is he here? This is the question. Has he actually been so committed he's travelled or not? That's the question.
That brings up the 90 for UAE. 10 seconds left.
Come on, Gibraltar. Last one. Get it in.
Alex Delapiani gets the penalty pass or shot.
Unlucky.
11 goals to 90. Huge scoreline for UAE. Definitely making that mark on this competition. And that's a bigger scoreline than they put against Switzerland as well. So marching on by them, 26 goals in that quarter and only 3 goals for Gibraltar. That's how you finish a game.
It certainly is, and I think at the end of this first day here at the Under-17 Challenge event, UAE will go away feeling quite pleased with their court play, their commitment, the quality of their play in that. And on the converse side, there are some real positives Gibraltar need to take out of the 2 games today, but a little bit of focus and reflection, and hopefully come back tomorrow strong when they play Switzerland at 5 o'clock.
Absolutely, a key game for them coming up. There are many more games for you tomorrow, so make sure you join us. We are going to leave you with highlights of that game, but don't go anywhere as well, because we will get the captains or coaches interviews after the highlights. So I'm here with Deb Jones, coach of UAE. I mean, that's how you do day one, right?
Oh my gosh, that was massively enjoyable, and we'd not expected that scoreline, to be fair. There were a few things that we needed to be put right, but the girls rested. What was brilliant is them looking at the footage from earlier and seeing the mistakes that they made and being able to put that right and come back out on the court, and they looked like they had lots of fun out there. I just said go out and enjoy it, play your game, think about nothing else, and they did that. I couldn't ask for any more.
I mean, to have that scoreline, to be able to focus, and I think there was like 3 minutes left, and you've still got players chasing down a loose ball all the way into the defensive end, then to hike it all the way back, I mean, how do you coach that?
Yeah, I think that's really important though, because that shows great respect to the opposition too. You know, we can't afford to take our foot off the gas. We've got 2 really important games, you know, to come. So I think it's really important that they understand that the pressure needs to be felt for the full 15 minutes.
And how are you feeling about the games moving forwards? Because you've seen all the teams play now. Any target games out there for you?
Not really. I think I've said to the girls, you know, we play our game a quarter at a time, and I think it's really important not to take anything for granted. You know, things can change at the drop of a hat within a game, within a quarter. You know, so I think it's really important that we go home and we do our homework and we give our opposition the respect that they deserve. But we will be looking at the analysis and making sure that our game plan matches and outwits what they put out on the court.
Absolutely. Well, really well done. And you gave us a great spectacle of netball there. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take care. So I am hoping that one of the players from Gibraltar. She's just coming over now. Obviously, you just played a full game, so pretty exhausted, I'm sure. Hi. So, how was that?
I mean, we knew going in that it was going to be a tough match, but we did our best, you know. But we're going to take everything from this and just improve in the next game.
And we've watched you play defence in both games now, and you know, some great display. But it must be hard playing against the attacking unit of UAE, who were just relentless.
But honestly, it was a great experience to see how they play, and I'm just gonna learn from it, I guess. Yeah.
You've got another important game for you tomorrow, playing up against Switzerland. Yeah. How are you going to rest and recover for that one?
Ice baths now.
Yay! The fun keeps going.
But yeah.
For tomorrow for you, because that's a game I'm assuming you're probably going to want to come out with a win on.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to try our best and just give it our all tomorrow for sure, and Sunday.
Absolutely. Well, really well done. Good luck for tomorrow. I hope you rest well, and we'll see how you get on tomorrow. Thank you. Thanks so much for joining us today. Don't forget, we have more action for you tomorrow, starting nice and early, some fantastic games. So have a rest tonight and be back with us tomorrow.